When I was a boy, my dad would come into my bedroom a couple nights a week, and he would say, "Time for prayer, boys." And my brother and I would climb out of bed and join him kneeling by our bed there in the dark. And that's where I learned, "Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be your name." The 23rd Psalm, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." I also learned the silent physical acts of prayer. Fold your hands, bow your head, close your eyes. Even there in the bedroom dark, we closed our eyes to make it darker. These became the habits of prayer, and then these became the instincts of prayer, simply how you do it. You bow your head and close your eyes and go into that dark. Unity's building closed down for many, many months in the early going of the pandemic. All of us were barred from this room, and for all the right reasons. If you are a member here or had been attending for a long time, I wonder, what did you miss most about not being in this space? Was it the music? Was it the inspired and inspiring words said from the pulpit? Was it the sheer physical pleasure of sitting next to someone as you are today? All of us together, that powerful human need of connection. The first time my wife and I returned to Unity, it was a bright, sunny Sunday like we had yesterday here in St. Paul after the blizzard, the light falling through those windows in big, bold shafts right into the pews, lighting this reredos in such a beautiful glow. And it just was jaw-dropping to me, like how beautiful this space is, the beauty of falling light on wood and the gift of that light, the wonder of simply being alive and being here. And on that same Sunday, as is typical of our services, we were all asked to join in a moment of prayer for those in need. And just before I bowed my head and closed my eyes, I saw how many of the rest of us in the room do the same thing. We bow our head, we close our eyes, and something leapt up in me in that moment. I said, no, wait a minute. Look at all this light. Take that with you as you go into prayer. And I went home that day and wrote most of what you see in your bullet in front of you before prayer, never intending it to become public, just my own memo to self. Remember this. Remember all this light, all these gifts of beauty, of community, of agency, the ability to act, as Amos the prophet said, and we just read. Well, to make a long story short, these words found a wonderful composer, Carol Barnett, and these dear, dear friends who will bring it to life now. My hope is that we all might feel these gifts that shower us every second, every day. Before we kneel, before we bow and bend and search in the dark for words of the heart, lifetimes ago, the stars gave you their kindness, like a hand to graze your brow, to raise your head, to lay you back and wash your eyes clean. Earth ever turns past failure, past frost, past shadow and harm. Frozen fields break each spring and are blessed in rain and in dawn. These stars, this sun, before you kneel, before you bow and bend, see all this light.